And Wigan, without international stars Martin O'Fire and Dennis Betts, but the strength of a team lies in its reserves, and they don't come any better than at Central Park. Paul Stevens takes over O'Fire's role on the wing, and 18 years old Andrew Farrell into the pack for Betts. The rain just holding off here, and two captains of contrasting sides. Wigan skipper and 16 stones Andy Platt, and the little man himself, Greg Mackey, 11.5 stones, but both of equal value to their teams. And Paul Cullen, the unsung hero in the Warrington pack. 260 matches for Warrington. Never takes a backward step. And the man who's inspired the Wires this season, the leading point scorer of 188 points in the game this season. Referee David Campbell, a former wing star with St Helens, and certainly need to show his paces this afternoon to keep up with these two sides. A first grade referee for 4 seasons. Pitch in perfect condition. I was walking on it a little earlier, and despite all the rain in recent weeks, a tribute to the ground staff. And Joe Lydon to kick off. Probably Steve not as nervous today as he was last week.
I don't think so. I think he might find it a little bit easier out there than up here, Ray.
It's certainly going to be hard, Steve, isn't it, this match?
Yes, Ray, it's going to be a tough battle, this.
So it's Warrington bringing the ball away, just holding it at the moment. Lee Penny there with the in possession, the Great Britain under-21 fullback, and the big Welshman, Roland Phillips. But just look at that Wigan tackling, moving in there in threes at them. Teitzel driving in, but again Warrington having made no ground. Good tackle there by Farrell. Joe Lydon underneath it. Not very much wind to trouble anyone here. And straight into the arms of Paul Cullen. Stevens. Barry John Mather started his career as a second row, very tall for centre position, but back to Clark. And the tackling as fierce and as intense as we would expect in a quarter-final tie. And the running, so just look at Kelvin Skerritt there, number 8, pounding in. He didn't play last week at Oldham, he was held up in the snow at Bradford. That's a very, very high kick, but it's well taken by Lee Penny. Oh, and a good sidestep that needs a second bite by Barry John Mather. Warrington won their last 9 Cup and League matches in terrific form this season. League leaders, just 2 defeats in the league. And Wigan just 2 points behind them with a match in hand. Cullen. The tackling quite fierce on Wigan's part, Steve.
It is, Ray. They've started off very fast, and they're moving up quick there, especially around the marker area.
And Jonathan Davis being hurried into that kick, easily picked up by Lydon. Robinson in possession now. Martin Hall, just 12 months at Central Park. Botica playing in the scrum half role. Farrell. A lot of players taking the ball away from the acting half-back position, Steve.
Well, they'll do that early, Ray, just till things settle down a little bit. They'll try to tire each other out in the forwards and then spread it wide.
Oh, and that's an even higher kick, but Penny's underneath it. So is Barry John Mather, tackled over the line. Good support play.
Good chase from the kick there, Ray. You can see there that Barry John Mather there, the kick, he chased it hard and ended up getting him in the in-goal area.
A drop out then, beneath the post. These two clubs, the best records in the Regal Trophy. Wigan have won it 6 times and Warrington 4 times. Botica, the short pass to Andy Platt, but it's a forward pass. Well spotted by referee David Campbell. There have been a few problems spotting forward passes with the people being 10 yards back now.
I think there is. If you have a look at that ball, just on the replay there, it was only a line ball, and I think the referee is 10 metres back and it's hard to see.
Penny. Ellis keeping that ball moving down to the blind side, but Phillips keeping it to himself. Been in sparkling form, this former Neath player. Mackie, the switch to Cullen, to Shelford. Yes, and Kelly Shelford playing the ball to himself. But you can play the ball when you're not being marked, but Phil Clark there being adjudged offside. Tackling from behind. So a good ploy there by Kelly Shelford, Steve.
It was, Ray. He got tackled. He tried to play the ball very quick, which is a good way to make yardage. And Phil was at the side of him and then tried to pull him down, which resulted in the penalty.
Warrington, the first real attack of this match from them. Ellis to Rudd. Ellis again using this short side to Craig Teitzel. Big Australian prop from the Illawarra Steelers, just outside Sydney. Mackie again, Cullen, kept Shelford, that's a good ball out there, once again to Rudd, but the tackle's coming quick and fast. It's Gary Connolly, number 4 in there for Wigan. But the pressure on Wigan here, Mackie. Tries a little switch, gets the ball back. But again, another good tackle from Gary Connolly. And Paul Cullen in the thick of the action. 13 seasons here at Wilderspool, Paul Cullen. Warrington playing this blindside quite a lot. Shelford, oh, well picked up by Gary Connolly. He's made the break, looking for support. But he finds 3 Warrington tacklers, Steve.
You do, but if you're going to kick like that, you don't want to be kicking to them quick men, because if they get the ball and your cover's not there, they're away.
And once again, we have Richard Duckingfield down there on the bench. Anything to report, Richard?
Well, Ray, what breeze there is, there's no more than a gentle breeze, is in the face of the Warrington players in this first half. But that shouldn't give them too much problems. What might give them a bigger problem is that I was talking to the Wigan doctor before the kick-off, and he said there isn't a Wigan player who is less than 100% fit, and that's why Dennis Betts isn't in the squad. He wouldn't have lasted for more than half an hour.
Well, I think if I had £1, Richard, for every time I played when I was unfit, I think I'd be a wealthy man. Rugby league players take plenty of knocks, none more so than this Wigan side. Neil Cowie. Just edging over that halfway line. Phil Clark. Referee Mr. Campbell shouting for a quick play the ball. Botica again trying to get to Barry John Mather. His height allows this man to get the pass away around the man. Oh, nice short pass there to Kelvin Skerritt, but an equally good tackle from David Elliott. Lydon with the cross kick into that breeze. Picked up by Connolly. But his hand over on the 6th tackle. But a sensible kick by Lydon, Steve.
There was a planned kick from one side of the field to the other, and the chase was good, but they just couldn't get underneath the ball there.
£250,000 brought that man to Central Park. And Wigan, the holders of this Regal Trophy, beating Bradford Northern, who, as I said earlier, play down in London on Sunday. Kevin Ellis. to Shelford. Neither side able to make a break. So fierce is this tackling. Nice play there from Stevens. Teitzel. The fifth tackle. As usual, back to Davis to do the kicking. Only finds Joe Lydon. And that's good play by Teitzel, the number 10. He got up very, very well, though, didn't he?
It was good play there for a big man to get down there so quick.
Oh, an equally good play there by Paul Cullen.
Gets back to that chase again, Ray. There, they chased good Warrington. They put Wigan under some pressure, and they've come up with the ball there.
And the penalty. First chance to Jonathan Davis. Just 10 metres inside the half, but surprisingly not going for Goldstein.
No, I think the breeze is a little bit too strong there into his face there. I don't think he'd probably get the distance.
At least he gets the Warrington side nearer to that Wigan line, and Craig Teitzel there just losing his footing. Warrington's Kelly Shelford. Oh, an excellent tackle from Phil Clark there on Chris Rudd. It's Mackie again. Good pass to Lee Penny. Pressure on this Wigan line, but just look at the Wigan defenders there. 5 of them within that 4 to 5 yards. As Warrington now move this ball across. Shelford again. He's at the hub of things as this Kiwi moves forward. The 5th tackle.
Sort of a nothing kick there, Ray, from Greg Mackie. He should have tried to put it in goal area there.
Wigan recovering, and Kelvin Skerritt recovering in fine style. Still Warrington 0, Wigan 0, 10 minutes gone. And touch, Tony Brown. Very, very quickly into the action. Spotted something, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know what it was there, Ray, on the replay there. I think it was just a swinging arm there from Elliott. It's been pretty tough at the moment, Ray. Both set of forwards are getting stuck right into it.
Well, Mr. Campbell just having a word with Elliott that he put his hands on Skerritt's face. That caused the kick out. Temperatures very high in this match, a lot at stake, sudden death for one of them. The top 2 sides in the game at the moment. Andy Platt, Great Britain skipper, Wigan skipper. Skerritt again. And the switch to Clark, the dummy. From Phil Clark, didn't fool the Warrington cover though. Sampanapa deciding to just go straight towards those posts. 5 metres now from this Warrington line. Botica bringing Connolly inside. But again, this Warrington defence, one of the best defences in the First Division. A lot of work has gone on this sliding defence from Warrington this season. Botica again, putting through the little chip. Oh, it's a try! For Jason Robinson. He's been out injured for 7 weeks, but it was the chip kick that did the trick. Anticipation there from Jason Robinson. Billy Whiz is his nickname to the fans, and doesn't he show it, Steve?
Yeah, you'll see Fredo Botica takes the defence up. He's got the ball in 2 hands. They're not sure whether he's going to run or kick. He decides to kick, and the defence couldn't get back quick enough. It's a good try, this. Jason Robinson, plenty of pace there on the outside, and he's got the touchdown.
Well, we see the little chip kick here from Botica, but when we consider that this is only Jason Robinson's 2nd match back in the first team colours after that nasty injury, that's pure anticipation. And Frano Botica, along with Warrington's Jonathan Davis, the leading goal scorer this season. A difficult kick, very difficult kick on the touchline here for a normal kicker. But we don't put this man in the realms of normal kickers. He's accustomed to putting the ball between the uprights from this position. Botica then looking to increase Wigan's lead. No, just sends it across the face of the post, so not quite got the accuracy. He had the distance, and so the score just remains at that same, the Robinson try. 4 points to 0 for Wigan.
That's a good start for Wigan here. As you see, Botica carrying the ball two hands. Once you got the ball in the two hands, the defence is unsure what you're going to do with it. He's put the little kick in behind the defence, and Jason Robinson scored the try.
I think everyone was saying before kick-off, Steve, that this would be a very, very low-scoring game, but it doesn't appear so already, does it?
It doesn't. Both teams are prepared to throw the ball around a little bit. As they start off, Warrington were having inside passes and trying to get behind the play the ball area. Now they've started, when they were down Wigan's end, to throw it around a little bit. Now Wigan spread the ball. I think it'll be an exciting open game, this.
Quite a little bit of difference there in the average weight between the Wigan and the Warrington forwards. We've already seen Kelvin Skerritt and this man, Andrew Farrell, on the charge, making that weight tell. And here's another one, Andy Platts bringing Skerritt again to Hall. That's good combined play amongst the forwards. Not just big men, these rugby league forwards, but good handlers, good runners. No better example than this man, number 13, Phil Clark. Joe Lydon meets Greg Mackey. And could we see a better kick than that? Absolute precision. The sidestep to beat Mackey, takes his time, and Steve gains 60-70 yards.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Ray. He had a lot of time. Greg Mackey put pressure on him. He took his time to get round Greg and then found touch close to their try line.
Mr. Campbell shouting most forcefully at the players at the tackle to get up off the tackled player, to make for a quick play the ball. And it looks as if Chris Rudd is injured there in the tackle.
I think he might have hurt his hip there, Ray, in that tackle. Just shows you the confidence that Warrington's got there inside their own 22 area there. They're prepared to throw the ball around, which is a sign of a team that's playing with confidence.
He seemed to twist there, Steve. He had one leg underneath there. It may even be an ankle injury. It is, yes, it's his left ankle. He seemed to put all his weight on that, this former Kells amateur player from Cumbria.
Yeah, it's not the time of the game you want to be making replacements, Ray. Warrington will be hoping that he's okay.
Yes, and the Warrington Mackey back into play, and that's a sad sight, seeing Chris Rudd being carried off there, but play continuing. All Derbyshire in action. Warrington with the 12 men at the moment. Shelford. Greg Mackey on the 5th tackle. But again, Wigan fielding these kicks very, very well. This time, Gary Connolly. And there he goes into the dressing rooms, no doubt for some urgent treatment. Wigan trying to take advantage of this numerical advantage at the moment. Still waiting for the substitute to appear, Sam Panapa. And Colin Hodkinson. Son of former Great Britain player Alan Hodkinson coming on. Normally a hooker and a prolific try scorer.
I think they might move Shelford out in the backs now, I think, Ray.
And Joe Lydon going into the blood bin. No doubt just to get that blood wiped away, possibly a stitch or two. And it's not a bad side, is it, Steve, when you can bring a substitute on like Sean Edwards?
Well, you know, any coach has got Sean Edwards and Martin Dermott on the bench isn't doing too bad, Ray.
And Sean straight away into his scrum half position. Hanaper to stand up, and Franobotica there coming in from the full-back position and sends Jason Robinson scampering inside. A powerful little man is this boy Robinson. Wigan on the attack. Hanaper, Clark. Still keep that ball moving. Sean Edwards directing things already in midfield, but sound tackle by teenager Hodkinson. Andy Platt trying to breach down the short side here. Tackled by number 8, Craig Teitzel. Edwards again, gone to his first receiver spot. Hanaper. Kelly Shelford, number 13 for Warrington, doing a lot of tackling. Neil Cowie. Good run by Neil Cowie there, making yards. Just 5 yards there from that Warrington line. Edwards again, trying to direct things. He does do so with another little chip kick. Robinson's racing for it. But he doesn't get there. Rob Myler gets there first. But it's a drop out under the post again, but a near do, Steve.
It was Neil Cowie made this play for him because he had a big strong run, took 4 plays to pull him down. He bunched their defence, and then Sean Edwards has gone out wide with the ball, and the kick nearly come off again, Ray.
Halfway through this first half, just the Robinson try for Wigan proving the difference. Davis not seen too much of so far in attack, but it's always dangerous to say that about one of these players on show here today. Some of the leading stars in the game, none better than this youngster, 18 years old, Andrew Farrell. Played in the recent Test series against New Zealand, and the youngest ever Great Britain forward. Neil Cowie. And John Doherty obviously making notes for his half-time talk. Any news down there on the bench?
News of the casualties, Ray. Chris Rudd has, at the very least, a very badly sprained ankle. There may be more serious damage to the fibula. And Joe Lydon, who you saw go off into the blood bin, has a deep and wide cut on his forehead.
Wigan's Sean Edwards. Kelvin Skerritt lunging for that line. But it's the 6th tackle, it's the handover. Lee Penny to come up with it. And Colin Hodkinson trying to be pulled back there by Gary Connolly. The rest of his teammates helping him. Yards vital here. Wigan penning Warrington down. Phillips. Teitzel. The 2 Warrington props, they're making good yardage. Firstly Phillips, then this man Teitzel. And Warrington looking to make more yardage with the kick. And Lee Penny looks very closely there to see if the ball has bounced before going in touch, and relief on his face. So it takes play up to the halfway line.
Sorry, Ray. Sigh of relief there from Lee Penny because Sean Edwards put both him and Jonathan Davies under pressure there, and he thought he kicked it out in the full.
Sean Edwards takes from the scrum. Hanaper, the miss move to Robinson, to Botica, nice switch inside to Connolly, Robinson again. He's dangerous whenever he comes in midfield, and Hanaper, this is good combined play from Wigan. Edwards again, and Clark coming in, steaming in from the loose forward row. That's superb handling from Wigan, the holders of this trophy, putting all the pressure on Warrington. Clark, former Liverpool University student, 22 years of age. Hanaper again, and Edwards. Kelvin Skerritts. Still Wigan moving relentlessly forward with these forwards. Neil Cowie this time. So Barry John Mather has the power and size of a forward, although playing in the centre. That's a high tackle, surely. And at 6'5" with Barry John Mather from Lee Penny, you have to go high to get hold of him round the neck.
And have a look at this, Ray. He jumped up in the air to try to get Barry John Mather then. I know he's a big, tall and strong runner, but that's not the way to make tackles on people.
And here we see Lee Penny straight in, and that must hurt. Mather goes down, and a chance given away there by that Warrington fullback. But Mather, he's okay again. Signed from school, and it was Arnold School, the public school there in Blackpool. Used to be a second row and something of a line-out specialist in his rugby union days, but now a tall, striding centre. And a much easier kick than his previous one for Frano Botica. Tremendous impact on the rugby league game, this Kiwi. The fastest 1,000 points he scored in just 93 matches since arriving at Central Park. Looking for his first goal of the afternoon, and he finds it, comfortably strokes the ball, so Wigan moving a little further out, 6 points to 0 now. Wigan have certainly taken this game to Warrington, Steve, haven't they?
They have, Ray. I think that Kelvin Skerritt's been one of the good players. He's done plenty of work. He's hit the line very hard, and Warrington's having problems with him putting him to the ground.
John Doherty there, the Wigan coach, must be quite content then, and we can see the territorial advantage in possession.
I think, Ray, if they can hold on Warrington over the next 15 minutes, it won't be so bad, because I think the Breeze is favouring Wigan, and if they can go in 6-0 down at half-time, the Breeze will give them a big lift in the second half.
Cowie. And things have begun to move with Sean Edwards in midfield. I'm afraid Andy Platts lost the ball. And so
His playmaker was knocked out, but I think you'll find that as the tackle come, the hand just hit it. It wasn't raked out, but he was carrying a bit loose there.
Roy Lester in charge on the Warrington bench. Roy, Wigan have closed you down. They're stifling. What can you do about it?
We've just got to get up into their half of the field. At the moment, we're not stopping them from passing the ball. They seem to be throwing it about like Harlem Globetrotters. And we've just got to start taking control more up front in the forwards, I think. They're a bit on the top at the moment, but hopefully we can pull through on that. We're in the right area of the field at the moment. Just made another mistake.
Thanks, Roy.
Wigan scrambling their way out of the 20-metre area. With this man, Frano Botica. Barry John Mather. To Neil Cowie. Wigan have done very well there to ride that storm, keeping possession, moving now into that Warrington half, and it's Sean Edwards to Cowie. Edwards trying to send Stevens towards that corner, but The ball rolls into touch, and Joe Lydon to come on. He's had 7 stitches just above his eye, but I don't think that will bother Joe, apart from his good looks. And Sean Edwards to go off, Steve. It's an embarrassment of riches, isn't it?
It is, Ray. I think most rugby league clubs around the country would like to have that problem.
Greg Mackey, this was the man who really put paid to St Helens in the last round, but Wigan have certainly kept a tight rein on him. The Warrington forwards not breaking down this Wigan defence, Steve.
They're not, Ray. They're running one out. If you notice, the last 3 plays they've had, they've run one out. The man with the ball has had no one supporting him.
What would you suggest? The ball moving out a bit wider?
Well, they've been trying to get behind the play the ball area, Wigan, and running the angles back inside. It hasn't worked, and Wigan's worked that out now. I think now they should be trying to get a little bit wider of the ruck area.
Jason Robinson picking up the ball, well, that's a good chase by Davis. Doesn't quite get hold of him, and Robinson shows that strength again. Very small, compact player. You really have to hit this man in the tackle to put him down. And here's one you've certainly got to hit to put down. 17 stones. Skerritt. Panapa. Looking for support, finding nowhere to go, and sensibly just decides to hold on to the ball. And it looks as if he could be in the blood bin too, Mr. Robinson. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Quarter-final, Regal Trophy, Phil Clark in possession. The 5th tackle. And the ball sent straight back to Joe Lydon, who tries a long-range drop goal, but not this time. He's been successful with some of those in the past. We remember a Challenge Cup semi-final a few years ago at Main Road, and the Christmas spirit among the fans. We just saw Mark Forster, the Warrington wing, in possession there, Steve, and Warrington wings, Myler and Forster and Davis, have hardly touched the ball, haven't they?
That's it, Ray. It's not getting out wide. They've got to come in and look for it around the ruck area there, because it's definitely not getting out wide. I think Warrington's got to get it a little bit wider.
David Elliott chasing that ball, but beautifully picked up there by Frano Botica. Once again, the Wigan line untroubled. Barry John Mather. Penalty against Rob Myler for lying on again after he played the ball. Barry John Mather once again the victim.
It's number 5 here. I think a little bit of swinging arm, then holding down in the tackle there, Ray.
And that kick and that penalty puts Wigan right on the attack. Phil Clark to Neil Cowie, trying to break the cover, does do so but loses his footing down the short side. Clark again to Panapa. Panapa electing to switch inside to Andy Platt. These big Wigan forwards making inroads into the Warrington defence. 5 metres now from this line. Oh, good pass out there again. He loses the ball as Mather. And a 10-yard scrum. Mather losing the ball there at the vital stage.
Have a look at Barry John Mather here. The ball was just knocked out of his arms there, but he didn't keep control of it, trying to get the ball down on the line there. But the big forwards are taking control here, Ray, the Wigan forwards.
Hilton coming on for Teitzel. A young man in the academy side, and a very powerful, strong young man, but an older one equally as powerful. Craig Teitzel from Australia. Timely possession from that scrum for Warrington. And again, interference at the play of the ball. Mr. Campbell saying to Sam Panapa, if you can't stand on your feet, then roll away, roll away. And Sean Edwards back on the field for second row, Andrew Farrell. It's certainly a 15-man game now, this modern rugby league, Steve, isn't it?
It is, Ray, because it's so hard, and when you've got big forwards up front, they're doing all the work. They need a rest every now and again. You've got to change them around as they're putting the effort in.
News from the bench of Wigan and changes in the side now that Sean Edwards has gone on. Barry John Mather has gone into the second row and Sam Panapa has moved to the centre. And there was some puzzlement, I think, on the Warrington bench that Sean Edwards wasn't on for longer. They felt that Wigan looked a livelier side when he was there.
A sudden burst there from Jonathan Davis, and that's the man that the Warrington fans want to see in possession. Davis, number 4, but it's Mackie now trying to launch Kelly Shelford down that right side. But again, that Wigan defence moves across and puts the bolt on the door. Roland Phillips. And the 5th tackle, but Mackie electing to run. But Shelford putting that chip kick in. It's well picked up by Lydon. And he manages just to get across that try line. No drop out beneath the post. Good play again by Lydon. And a good strong run by the wingman, Paul Stevens. And does he lose the ball? I think he does. A lot of pressure on that Wigan wing, and the roar coming from the terraces now as Warrington possibly coming in with a chance.
Just a little bit of inexperience there, Ray. The young lad's come in, he's had a good run and then lost the ball in the tackle.
Warrington, Elliott in the standoff roll to Davis, looking for the gap, he finds it outside there. Lee Penny, but a good tackle by Stevens. That was dangerous, but Warrington still in possession. Foster and crossing surely. And the pressure on Wigan suddenly evaporates. Crossing there, Foster behind Hilton.
Here's the play here once again. You see Mark Foster run behind young Hilton there that's come through as a decoy runner, and you just can't do that.
Skerritts and Andy Platts, these two prop forwards working together. Big strong men gaining the yardage. Now the second row, Neil Cowie. Edwards bringing Connolly in. Sean Edwards again, where he likes to be, in the centre, up to Kelvin Skerritt, where we don't normally find him. Out on the wing, he can run, but not normally so quickly. And here's one man who can run, Sean Edwards again, trying to launch Robinson. Oh, but well taken there by Rob Myler. Excellent catch by Myler, anticipated it this time.
He's done extra well here, Ray. This is the 3rd time they've kicked to his wing there. He's under a lot of pressure and he's taken it well.
It almost looks as if the Wigan coach John Dorrie has spotted a weakness there of Myler coming up quickly. The 3rd occasion, as you say, Steve, they've kicked to that wing.
Yeah, John Dorrie would have done his homework and worked out that's probably the weaker side or whatever, and that's the side they've picked the kick to.
Shelford, good run there by Mackie, but well met by his opposite number, Sean Edwards, and loose forward Phil Clark. Warrington looking for the first points of this half. Back to Jonathan Davis. Jason Robinson. And good chasers there, in particular Paul Cullen for Warrington. Just 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Just 6 points to nil for Wigan. One try and the penalty goal, the difference. Kelvin Skerritt. Neil Cowie. This Wigan pack invariably brought Wigan out of the half very, very quickly. 2 or 3 play the balls, 2 or 3 drives by the big men. And suddenly Warrington are under pressure. Edwards using the kick to the wing again. Well taken by Foster. Perhaps a hint that Stevens was almost offside there.
I think it was just onside. I was watching, Ray. I think it was just onside, but it was another good take there under pressure. He's taken the difficult kick, Ray, and the difficult catch, and he's dropped the easy one.
And surprisingly, Wigan with the greater handling figures.
You don't need to try now, Ray, just a minute before half-time.
Edwards, the long ball to Joe Lydon. Joe Lydon making good ground on the outside there. Edwards calling the shots here to Robinson again. Just 5 metres from this Warrington line. Edwards likes to run across the face of the post, brings a second row, Neil Cowie inside him. A good defence from Warrington so far. Back to Mather. Phil Clark looking for the line, doesn't find it. And the 5th tackle to Edwards. Short pass to Skerritt. Well, he tried to put Kelvin Skerritt through the smallest of gaps. Well read by Warrington. Foster bringing the ball away. I think Warrington will be content just to hold this ball.
I think that may be vital, that set of 6 tackles there for Warrington, because they held out very strong. The last thing they needed was another try then, Ray.
Jonathan Davis did well to get down to that ball there. Rob Myler helping his forwards out, coming in from the wing. The Wires pack wasn't quite back there. Hilton, good prospect, this lad, an academy player here at Warrington, number 15, Hilton. Jonathan Davis more in a kicking role in this opening 40 minutes. Helping Joe Lydon out, and 2 good side steps. Martin Hall did well there. He spotted there was only one marker to play the ball. He gains 10 metres. Phil Clark. Edwards again moving this ball out to Panapa. Neil Cowie. Gets the ball away still to Lydon. Edwards there in support. But runs into Kevin Ellis. The 5th tackle. Are we looking for a drop from Botica? We are! Oh, and it's hit the upright and gone in! A drop goal from Frana Botica. He was perfectly positioned. It was obviously set up. And it adds another point to Wigan score, 7-0.
Doesn't matter how they go over, Ray, as long as they go between the posts, that's all that counts. And he had plenty of time for Frano Botica there, and he's put the extra 1 point on before half-time.
And that 1 point, Steve, makes a huge psychological difference, doesn't it?
Well, it does, because now they've got to score twice to get back into it, Warrington. But 7-0 down, as I say, there's a little bit of a breeze behind Wigan's back at this stage, and maybe Warrington can pull themselves together after the half-time break. No time for the drop out beneath the post. There is the half-time whistle. Wigan in the lead by 7 points to 0.